Hello everybody, I'm giving a review of this book, Elastical Universe by George van Hal, about the works of the theoretical physicist Erik Verlinde. I'm giving this review in English because maybe you are interested in the context of this book, or otherwise you are interested in the theories of Erik Verlinde. I should add, I'm a construction engineer by education. My father has worked as a technician on a physics laboratory, so I got some basic information from him. I have some knowledge, basic knowledge of quantum, but by far not to the field of theoretical physicists. I like to think that I have some concept of abstract ideas like wavelengths, quantum, what happened at that level, but I don't know the formulas, I don't know the exact background of it, but I am interested in them, and in regards to that, this booklet is great. This booklet has a very low level of basic knowledge you need to have. You need, like I said, you need some basic concept or way of thinking, but you don't have to have full comprehension already before you start reading this. Some basic principles in regards to dark matter and dark energy are explained. That was very interesting for me. That was the first time I read that explained so simple. The book was very interesting for me because it made me realize that we can, of all we see and hear around us, we can compartmentalize information into specific fields of knowledge, or where basic laws are existent and where we can agree upon and which are workable. The very basic laws of Newton work perfectly to get satellites into orbit or to get a spaceship to space and such things, but they don't apply to such small things as quantum physics or the super big beyond star systems. I got this from this book as well, that we don't know in the end so much. We only know that things stem from other things, which is really fun or well explained in this book, is that heat is the trembling of molecules and atoms. I knew that already, but I never thought about it, that heat, because of that, doesn't per se exist. A single trembling molecule or atom does not have any temperature. It's just a single trembling atom. The fact that they connect trembling to our skin makes us perceive it as temperature, but it's only derived from something else. The word I learned in regards to this is emergent. When it comes from something else, such as temperature comes from trembling molecules, but it's by itself nothing. So what I learned from this book is that all of the things in physics are emergent. They come from something else. And to that extent, this book doesn't borderline religion or something more spiritual nature or philosophical, but you could head in that direction. I think personally that if we completely exclude these topics, we may never find out the full truth, because we will always end up at some physics aspect coming from something else. But we never know the truth of what's the basic of all of these things. Now, one thing I did miss in this book is that, so Verlinde's theories should, per my understanding, fully explain how quantum gravity at quantum level would work, and can relate that to gravity at the level of Newton, basically at our level, and could relate that also to the super big and to black holes and black matter, black energy. But I didn't read that in the book. Now maybe they wanted to keep it simple, I don't know, but it basically, per my understanding, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, only states in regards to its gravity theories, Verlinde stated that the gravity force is coming from, or is the consequence of, changing in information density of empty space. I could understand that when we consider relative emptiness of space. So if you would have a tennis ball still in the atmosphere and surrounded by air, and there would be a little more air towards Earth, it could be attracted that way to Earth because there's less information density on the side of the space. However, if we look at the moon, per my understanding, the direct space around the moon has as little information density towards Earth than it has information density towards outer space. So in regards to this book did not explain to me why Erik Verlinde's theory can explain that objects like the moon would fall towards Earth. Nonetheless, I thought it was a very interesting book, but I missed this explanation, and maybe it cannot be explained so simple. But then they should have explained that it cannot be explained so simple. So all in all, it's a very interesting book. It gives the basics of modern ways of thinking at quantum level or trying to explain gravity, but it didn't explain everything to me.